Hi there, how are you guys doing? So as you can see, I still have my under eye bags because I've been staying awake for at least 24 hours and I've been doing some stuff. And for today's video, I'm gonna teach you how I do my everyday makeup routine. But since I'm not an expert, shouldn't we teach? I'm gonna show you my everyday makeup routine. Stay tuned! Okay, I just took my first shower after 2 days because if I don't have work, I tend not to take a bath. So let's first dry out my hair. So this is my bare face. I have imperfections all over my face. I still have scars and all of those not so beautiful things. But why do we put makeup? Well, personally, when I was younger, I don't have a thing about makeup. I think it's very superficial. It's tedious to put colors on your face. And later on, when I got my job, I got no choice but to put some makeup, just to impose command or kind of let my students know that, hey, I'm a teacher. Because most of the time, people may say that, oh, she looks like a high school student, or she looks younger than her age. Sometimes I don't find it, flattering. I took it as a challenge. How do I carry myself? How do I compose myself? To let people know that, hey, I'm an adult. You have to trust me because I'm already an adult. So that was the main reason why I decided to learn how to put some makeup on my face. Well, when you get older, your priorities change. As for me, as a teacher, I really find it hard to impose authority over my students. Yes, I have to manage them inside the classroom. So how do they respect me, or how will they respect me if they see me as someone of their age? Well, again, this is not really flattering because I find it hard to instruct them, to administer my students. So yeah, I decided to learn how to put makeup. Yes. So much for the history, so let's get started. Well, usually, if you don't put makeup, people will say that you look pale. Are you sick? Are you sick? You didn't look so well to me. Or people will say that you should put some effort to, kind of uplift your personality. Or some may say that you're a woman. Try to put some lipstick so that people will respect you. People will know that you're a professional. But then, when you decided to take the comments seriously and then start to improve yourself, well, I guess people also try to change their perspective on you. They may say that she's trying so hard, that lip color doesn't fit her, or yeah, she looks good when she's not wearing makeup. I don't know where to stand on those arguments. But if you know yourself better, I guess it's hard for people to pull you down. Sometimes they will say, who is she trying to impress? Why is she putting too much makeup on her face? Or, oh, I think she's better when she has no makeup on her face. Well, you really have to define yourself and to know that you are not doing that thing for others, but for yourself, right? And as for me, putting makeup, doing skincare is a form of self-love. So what basically is self-love? At first, self-love may sound selfish, self-centered. Self-love may mean that you are trying to disregard others, or you are trying to set boundaries between you and others. But self-love is more than that. Self-love for me is like, how can you give something that you don't have? Well, to translate, how can you love others effectively if you don't love yourself first, right? So the way you take good care of yourself, the way you present yourself, it will also reflect on how you will treat others, right? So yeah, if the next time around people will try to drag you, try to comment on how you look, try to dig within. Are you really trying to impress someone? Or are you doing it for yourself? Well, there are many other things that you can do to practice some self-love for yourself. Aside from doing skincare, putting on makeup, it could be in the form of saying no, or just simply saying no to an event, to a favor, to an occasion that you don't actually want to go to. Yeah, saying no is a form of self-love because it tells you that you are putting limitations on your capabilities. It prevents you from getting pressured and stressed out. Saying no is really a form of self-love. Well, for me, honestly, it's really hard for me to say no, especially if somebody asks a favor or somebody will ask help. But especially when I'm already burnt out or loaded with my job, I try to practice really saying no. The next thing that you can do is to revisit the hobbies or the activities that we almost forget. The activities that make you happy, simply reading a book, rewatching your favorite series, doing some gardening, or cooking your favorite meals. There are actually a lot of ways to start with. Another one is spending alone time with yourself, like meditation or journaling, writing your thoughts down on a notebook. Yeah, those are really therapeutic, not only for your mind but for your soul, for your heart. Yes, for your heart. When you have alone time, you tend to reflect on the good and the bad things that had happened to you recently. And then by reflecting, you also try to revisit your values, discarding some old bad habits, and then starting anew. Then the next one is unplugging from social media. Why do we need to unplug from social media when basically our life these days revolves around social media? Our friends are on social media, even our families. Information, the news about everything is on social media, so it's really hard to unplug. Well, personally, it's also a challenge for me. But unplugging from social media will help you to cleanse your mind. It will help you to declutter, not just physical things, but declutter your thoughts. Because basically, when you see videos, pictures of other people, those will, disturb your peace of mind. And unplugging from social media is one good way to jumpstart your self-love journey. Next one is drinking plenty of water. Skin hydration is really important, and skin hydration actually starts from within. Well, I also need to remind myself on that because I am not really a fan of water drinking. But, water is really the key to, your glass skin ambitions, or your super hydrated skin, your moisturized skin. Aside from putting on some moisturizers, water is a very good natural moisturizer. Next on my list is writing down all the positive things that has happened to you, or that had happened to you within the day. Oftentimes, it's easy for us to recognize the negative things, the challenges that we encounter each day, and we also tend to forget the good things. So writing down positive vibes, good happenings will help you prevent yourself from getting stressed out. So that's gonna be one of my goals, to be more thankful, being grateful. Because when you start to count your blessings, you will be amazed with how beautiful life is, right? So stop complaining, start writing about the good things that has happened to you recently. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm really not good at doing my eyebrow makeup. It's hard not to use a mirror. Also, according to studies, writing and reading as well will help boost your mental agility, right? Because we're not getting any younger, so we have to somehow take care of our mental health. And one way is journaling and reading. Okay, so the next step is that aside from discarding negative thoughts, you can also discard negative or toxic people from your life. How do you do that? It's not that you meet someone on a daily basis and then you try to get rid of that person. Basically these days, it's easier said than done. Well, for me, I am an introvert. I don't talk to many people at all. So most of my friends are on social media. So on a daily basis, I try to revisit my Facebook account and then checking on some friends list. If you can't unfriend them, you can choose to unfollow them. Next on the list is giving yourself some room for improvement. When you graduate from college, that doesn't mean that you also graduated from learning. Well, learning doesn't stop at all. So there are so many platforms, so many channels that you could learn many things from. So many influencers out there, not just on YouTube, but from podcasts. There are so many people out there who are willing to share some insights, especially about adulting, because I guess sometimes adulting could sometimes seem like a rocket science. Well, so if you find the right people, the right platform, the right individual, then you're good to go. The next thing that we need to do is to accept that as normal beings, as normal people, we make mistakes. And that doesn't mean that it's the end of it all. Your mistakes or your failures don't mean that you fail entirely as a human being. Our mistakes, our failures is our failures and our mistakes as individuals make or made us who we are today. If we didn't commit mistakes, how do we learn, right? But it's not an excuse also to always make mistakes or to always choose mistakes, right? But recognizing your failures and your mistakes will give you the chance to grow as an individual, to mature as a human person, And it's also a way of telling you that nobody's perfect. So why please everyone, right? We all have our own set of mistakes. But as I said earlier, it's not the end of everything. You can learn from your mistakes. Personally, I try to write down the mistakes that I did and then summarize the lessons or taking down notes of the learnings that I had. So actually, mistake or failure is a good avenue for your growth. And I believe that nobody was born to know everything, or nobody was born to learn everything all at once. So if you don't try and then if you don't commit mistakes, how will you learn? That for me is another form of self-love. And when you commit mistakes, you also need to forgive yourself. Nobody's perfect. Everybody is failing grades, failing decisions in life, and you are not alone. Everyone has the capacity to commit mistakes. Okay? So forgive yourself. Don't be too harsh. The last but not the least from my list, beautiful people, is that stop comparing yourself with others. As we all know, comparison is the thief of joy. You will never be happy if you always compare yourself with others. Just remind yourself that each and everyone here on earth has a special path to follow. We have our different adventures to take on. We have different missions on earth. And you really cannot compare your page 1 with someone's page 20. It's two different things. And you know, when you stop comparing yourself with others, you can start to cultivate this habit of gratefulness. Instead of comparing yourself with others, why not be thankful about the skills that you have? Because I believe that each one of us is gifted with a unique gift or a unique set of skills. And everyone has something to put on the table. So stop your habits of self-pity, comparing yourself with others, because it won't help you. Promise, it won't help you. It will only push you to negativities. So remind yourself that you are beautiful just the way you are. You are skillful just like any other human being. So stop complaining and comparing. Stop it. I said stop comparing. Well, that's it for my non-pro everyday makeup routine. And as you can see, I'm not really good at putting on makeup, but I hope you learned something for today's video, and I hope you'll try to cultivate the habit of gratefulness and you can cultivate your journey towards self-love. So nobody can love yourself better aside from God, but yourself alone. Nobody can appreciate you better yourself. So you always have to look after yourself. Till next video, thank you so much.